When they went to fish. Now, Simon Peter told Jesus Christ,
all right, guys. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and I don't know the time frame you are currently. How are you guys doing?
Fine, thank you, sir.
Fine, sir.
Okay. I think others can join us if they will. So I'm going to try as much as possible to round this up. I still have a lot of class to take. And I'm also having a session with some of my students prior to next week. We have to do some analysis. So I'm going to go directly to the explanation of the strategy I'm about to teach you guys. So I'm going to do the talking, and once I'm done, maybe when I'm going through the explanation, you have any question, you can type in at the comment point and type you have question. So during the session time, it's those people that type that they ask question. Those are the people I'm going to call on to ask their question. All right. Okay. So please, I want you to know something before I go forward, that anything I'm teaching you is not a new thing, it's not a special thing. Some of you have already discovered it, some of you knew it before, and some of you knew it but you don't use it, or probably it looked very, very hard for you. So I always say something to my student and everybody is that there is no new strategy out there. The strategy that you are actually teaching, somebody else knew it. The only thing you are paying a mentor or somebody for is actually their assets. It's not the strategy. The strategy is free. You can go and if you search very well, you might find out about the strategy. It's all out there. It might even be cheaper than the one that you know currently. So you are not paying for a strategy, really. You are paying for access. Because someone that does not, that I don't know, cannot come to me and ask questions directly. I can't have my time. I can't schedule a meeting with them for a specific things. I've gotten a lot of messages from different people telling me, people are sending message to them and stuff, telling me some are telling they are trying to change their mind about my personality or stuff. And I don't give a damn, because why? I don't care. Even if you know my strategy from nowhere, or this is not my business. If you can do it, fine, no problem. It's a good stuff. There is no one way to FOREX, all right? There's a lot of different approach, and the way we see FOREX is far different. The main thing is making profits. Once you are making profits, you are good to go. Is either you use indicator, is either you use plain chart, is either you use anything, no matter what, is either you use your external ruler, I don't care. Just make profits. That's the main thing, all right? So I'm going to dive into the strategy. And I must tell you, this strategy is not TTS and it's not a Leojo. It's part of the strategy that I was using back in the days, and it's working very well, consistency. So this is nothing near TTS or nothing near Leojo. In fact, this is part of the most inferior strategy I've ever experienced. But I must confess to you, it's very, very profitable. All right. There's no only growth strategy. There's no 100% strategy anywhere. That when they teach you stuff, it's going to be 100%. It's lies. There's nothing like that. But when you are consistent, you are making enough profit. That is very, very good, and it will be profitable for you. That's the main thing that anybody needs. All right. So please, I need your attention. I need you to be very focused on what I'm going to teach you. Are you with me? Are you guys with me? Can you hear me? Are you guys with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It seems some are still joining. So I'm going to change to my trading view. I analyze on trading view. more often. I analyze on TradingView more often. So I hope you bear with me. So I will do the talking. I will explain the strategy. If you have any question at the course of the explanation, please write it on the comment box that you have a question, so that once we are ready for questions, you will ask your question. So all right, more people are joining. The strategy is simple. Is a reversal pattern strategy in which you can use to catch. You can use to take a trade as early as possible. You enter the trade as early as possible. And this thing is something that everybody knows. You've heard about it before. You've known reversal pattern, different reversal pattern. But this one is very, very consistent. That's why I'm figuring it out. Sorry, where am I getting that feedback from? So, all right. So I'm going to dive in directly, but I think before we do that, it would be nice if we could do a little introduction, so that we won't just come and go that way. I believe that would be better. Okay, I'm going to start from my side, and I am going to call names. Then you will talk about yourself. Those I can notice here. Okay, my name is Bello Shion. I'm the CEO of Dtfx Academy, and my academy is based on teaching students forex strategy, forex way, and introducing them to investors. I actually introduce my students to investors and ways they can actually get money to proceed in forex. So I'm going to call on Bakari. You're going to tell me your name and your country, the country you're from, and stuff. So okay, can I hear from you? Bakari, is it Bakari? Okay, Bakari is not here. Amalo. Is Amalo here?
Yes, I'm here. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Okay, my name is Amalo Okoli. Okay, I'm in Nigeria, and currently I'm in Delta State.
Bakari Benga from Nigeria.
Okay, Bakari Benga, Olubenga, so from Nigeria. Then Moboluwaduro also, please. I'm sorry, I'm calling you on the wrong one. Moboluwaduro.
I'm Bolu also.
Okay. Gideon Nwobodo. I believe I pronounced that right.
Yes, sir.
Yes. I'm here. Good afternoon, everyone.
I'm Gideon.
Okay. Kingsley Gucci.
Hello.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kingsley by name, only at Lagos right now.
Okay. Then I see Shenese or something. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Is it Shenese? Shenese, are you there? I think you mute yourself. You should unmute yourself, please.
Oh, yes, okay. There we go.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's Shanice from South Africa.
South Africa?
Yes.
That would be nice. That's very nice. The Infinix Hot 8, I don't know the name, but I saw Infinix Hot 8. Please, can you introduce yourself?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afolabi Timothy from Nigeria, reside in Ogun State.
Wow. Welcome.
Thank you.
Johnny M5 Mini. Please, can you introduce yourself?
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon, sir.
My name is Elvis Dose. I'm from Nigeria, from Delta State, but presently I'm in Benin City.
Okay. Welcome, Mr. What's the name again? Sorry for that.
Mr. Elvis.
Mr. Elvis. Okay, you're welcome,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I see another name. I see Crown. Crown. It's Mr. Crown there. Is it Crown?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
So please, your name, where you calling, as in where you joining us from?
I'm Adewale by name, and I'm joining from Lagos, Nigeria.
You are what?
I said I joined from Lagos, Nigeria. I reside in Lagos.
Okay. You're welcome, sir. You're welcome, sir. Okay, I think who is next somewhere? Emmanuel Joshua. Emmanuel Joshua. Emmanuel Joshua. Is Emmanuel Joshua there? Okay, it seems he's not here. Let me move on. Has Edward Babajide spoken? Okay. Damilola Abiodun. Is Damilola Abiodun with us?
Yes, please. Good afternoon. I'm from Ibadan, Nigeria.
Okay. Good. Techno Spark 2. I don't know. Are you there? Techno Spark 2. Is it there? I think it's not there. Rodgard John May. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Sir.
Okay.
I also use
Spark 2.
Good afternoon, sir, and good afternoon, everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm calling from Jos, Nigeria.
Okay. Is that Rodgard John speaking?
Yes, sir. Rodgard.
Okay. How about Techno Spark 2? I can see your hand. Techno Spark 2, I can see you raising your hand. Can you? Is it there? I think Techno Spark 2. Okay.
I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah. Can you introduce yourself?
I'm from Accra Research.
Okay. You're all welcome. Is there anybody I've not called your name or so? Is there anybody? Okay. In the absence of none, I think we've done a little introduction. And I'm going to dive into the strategy straight up, and I want you to understand it very well. It's a reversal pattern in the markets, and there's a lot of reversal pattern in the market actually, but this one is part of them. So we are going to focus on this one especially, and I've tested it, and it's very, very profitable. So you are going to use two strategy to trade. You are combining two strategy to take your trades for this specific one I'm teaching you. So I like picking my trade from 4 hours time frame because it's very less noisy. It's very less noisy. So I will employ you if you could take to 4 hours time frame. And this strategy is based for reversal, so you can enter your trade as early as possible and stay in the trade for a very long time. I have changed my trading pattern over the term by not taking trade every day. I only look for good setup and I strike. Sometimes in a week I might not trade more than 3 to 4 times in a whole week. But when I pick my trade, I take a lot of pips. I believe most of you saw my card JPY last week. I predicted exactly where it's going to get to before it changed direction, and exactly the place I put my TP, it hit my take profit and it changed direction. I'm going to share the picture with you again if you mind seeing it. So it's part of the understanding of market. You don't need to be trading every day. Everything that some people are trading every day, you can get it in a day. So please, I will employ you, if you can stick to 4 hours. You can go down to 1 hour to no problem, but if you can stick to 4 hours, it's very, very more accurate on that time frame. So the reversal pattern is called double top. I believe many of you knew what double top is. When the market is going up and it tried to go back again and it reverse. All right, so that's the general double top that everybody knows. And there have been different theory about this double top, how to enter and stuff and this and that. There are a lot. Some double top will give you fake outs, some will give you right, some will give you, some call it M formation, some call it double top. I just call it double top. All right. So back to what I'm saying, diverse theory have been about this double top. Some will say when your double top is going, to be sure that your double top is accurate, it must not break above the previous high. All right, it must not break above the previous high. That's when you can be sure that that double top is going to reverse. And some will say it doesn't matter, it can break as far as come back. Some will say it must not even get to the line at all. It must not get to the line before it reverse. All of them, they are still double top for me. So my definition of double top is as simple as this. Whenever we see a market going up, double top or double bottom, so that we'll clarify for the buy zone too. When market is going up and it go back up to come back and touch the previous high or around the zone of that previous high and fail to break, is called double top. Now, what do I mean by fail to break? Let me show you a scenario. All right, this is a very good scenario here. Now, for people that trade different stuff, I don't know what you trade, and I will not be talking much about other things. So don't expect me to talk about other things. I'll just speak basically on what I'm about to teach you. And mind you, I don't care by tomorrow, after some of you get this stuff, you can go to the group and say, oh, I know what is trading with and that. A lot of you are friends on that group. Some people have private messages, some people that knows me and they've shared me with chat, they know what I'm trading with and this and they, at the end of the day, they attended my free webinar. So if I can teach you something that is profitable in a free webinar, how would my paid course look like? So many people do not understand that. So back to this. If you look at this trade now, this was a previous double first top, and this one came around here. This is what we call double top. Now look at what happened here. For some people, they will not take this trade. Why? They say it because it broke above this previous high. All right. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. The main thing is, as far as you do not see a candle, the body of the candle close above this, as far as the body of the candle do not close above this line, it's still a valid double top. All right, it's still a valid double top. As far as the body of the candle do not close above it, it's still a double top. This is an example of double bottom. Look at what happened here. If you put a line here, you can see some people say, once this market break here and avoid this type of setup, is wrong. No. As far as the candle that broke this high, if peradventure the candle break this low now, as far as the body of the candle do not close above this line, it's still a valid double bottom. Do you guys understand what I'm saying now?
Yes, sir.
Assuming this candle that show a wick now, show a rejection now, it was something like this. Assuming this candle was something like this. All right. Yeah. This green candle was something like this, and you see it close below here. Okay, we've spent a lot of time. Once this time run out, please join immediately. The same link, join immediately. All right. So once this candle, assuming this candle, we can see this candle below the body of this candle. What I mean by the body of the candle, I mean from this close to the open for the bullish candle, and from this open to the close for a bearish candle. That place, that highlighted place, is what we call body, not the single line, not the wick, not the rejection. If this body close below here, then we can say this setup is not valid. But as far as it's rejected and close above it, it is very, very valid. Do you guys understand what I mean by double top now? Now, it does not necessarily mean that it must break it. There are some scenario, there are some double top that it will not even break that line that you put. Let me find the scenario. All right, look at this scenario here. This is a scenario. You can see the market went up and this one came back. This is still also double top. You can see the second leg did not get to the line. It's still double top. I will teach you how to highlight the ball. This thing is not a line. This area is not a line. It is called a zone. I'll teach you how to pick the zones so that you will know exactly what you'll be looking at. Now, before the time round, before the second session, before we join the second session, I'm going to explain the second stuff we'll be using to trade, apart identifying your formation. Now, this one is based on identifying your formation. Now, the other key feature we are going to be adding is what we call trend line. And there have been many theory about trend line. I'm not here to castigate any person teaching trend line also, but my own way of teaching trend line is this. A trend line can become valid only if the trend line has been touched at least minimum of 2 times. I mean, it was touched in the first touch and the second touch. A trend line becomes valid if the market touches it twice. And you must not do anything with trend line until market touch it twice. Trend line is not something to hold markets on, it's just to show that a market respects its zones. Trend line is not actually a line like this. Trend line is something like this. Let me show you guys now. Trend line is something like this. People call it trend line, but the real deal is also a zone. So it's something like this. It's not just a line. So the mistake many people do, maybe they are using it for their resistance and they see a market breakout and they say, this thing is not good again, let me leave it. No, it doesn't mean. It might still be around that zone. But all of this, I'm not planning to go deep in that today. But trend line is a seed, what we call it. It's not just a single line. There's nothing like a line in FOREX. There are zones in FOREX, not a line. There's nothing like that. Any object you are using on your charts, they are zones, not a single line. So back to the trend line. A trend line can be valid for up trend line. Now I can say this trend line is valid. Why? Because it touches the first and second touch, so it is valid. I expect that at the third touch or so I will execute my trade. So at the third touch is either the market reject it and continue up, or the market break out, we test it and continue down. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to show you?
Yes, sir.
Great. So this is basically what we'll be using the trend line for. But this time around, we are not concerned for continuation. We are concerned with breakouts. So we want the trend line to be touched first time, second time, then the third time we want it to break out, come back to retest that trend line, not breaking it again, then we execute our trade and sell down. So it's a simple strategy. I know some of you have already got the scope even before I explain it now. So I'm going to teach you how to draw zones for your double top so that you won't be confused. You'll be certain that no, this trade is still valid. Now, if you want to draw your trend line, all right, you want to draw your zones for your double top. This is how to draw it. It's not just a single line, as I have explained the other time, like this double top. Now, for instance, you want to take this double top. You don't just go about just draw a line like this. It doesn't matter. That's not how to do it. What you do is come here and select your rectangle box. Then you are going to highlight the highest weak rejection, the candle with the highest weak rejection. You are going to highlight just the weak area. What does that mean by just the weak area? If you look closely at what I'm showing you now, right? If you see, this is the weak rejection here, the highest weak rejection here. So what I'll just do is come here and highlight from that weak rejection to that body. So what I'll be looking at for another double top is that as far as any candle, I mean the body of the next candle do not close above this box highlighted, be a valid double top. As far as the candle, the body of the candle do not close above this box, I made the next leg must touch this box, and the body of the candle must not close above this box. So that's what I'll be looking at. Look at another scenario. This, you take the highest box to the body. If you highlight it, you can see that none of this second leg now, none of it close above this and they touch this box. So that's how to pick your double top. It is not just a line. Please don't be misguided by that. Look at this from here. If you highlight it to this area near, you can see that the market went there and they touched it. It was rejected. None of it close above this box before it went down. Everywhere you see double top, you consider it. Now, you don't draw a line like this. This is what you'll be considering, all right? That weak rejection to the body, like this. This is the width of the box you will draw. You can see that none of the candle close above it. All of them were still, all the body still close below that box. So it is not a line. I don't preach line in Forex. Line is not useful in Forex. We talk about zones. It is zones. You can see if I'm considering a line, I put a line, you can see that it broke. But look at the box now. This market touched and it was rejecting. And this candle came down, break it, but the body did not close below it. So this is still a valid, what's it called now? A valid double bottom now. So this the funnest part of this thing is that you see this stuff in all the currency pair. In fact, in a week you can see 5 to 6 setup in just a week, and it's very, very good. Once you know what you are doing, you will just be consistent with it. There's nothing to fear about it. All right. So I'm going to end the session now. I want you guys to join back immediately so that I will dive into the explanation of the strategy. So cheers, I'll be expecting you guys.